Hey everyone, it's Jocy. Today I'm here to make 6 items from the new MiniBrands Disney snacks. The first item I'm going to be making is the Moana smoothie bowl. We're going to start off by taking these nuts and placing them to the cute little bowl that we got. I love the bowl. It looks like a little coconut shell. So we're going to go ahead and place 2/3 of those nuts in the bottom of the bowl. And I'm going to use our cute little spoon to go ahead and push those nuts down and just arrange it how we want. We're going to go ahead and put the nozzle on this bottle of sea salt smoothie, and we're going to go ahead and put about 3/4 of it into the bowl. I went ahead and took a toothpick just to poke any bubbles that were at the top. Next, I'm going to take our cute little Moana UV light and set our sea salt smoothie that's in the bowl. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this until it's fully cured. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add more of that sea salt smoothie, and I'm just turning the bowl around so I can evenly distribute it. We're going to finally garnish our smoothie bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of that coconut mixture on the top. I'm just placing it on one side of the bowl and then using our little spoon to move it around. We also got a box of soft baked cookies, and I'm going to go ahead and try to use these tongs, but they are pretty flimsy, so they don't really work that well, but I'm trying my best to use it. Whenever I make an item for the first time, I really do try to follow the directions. It said to put the boat in first, but I honestly would leave it for the last thing because it just keeps falling down. But I went ahead and placed the shell in there, and we also get this package that contains a flower and some mint leaves. So I went ahead and put the flower in there and then a couple of the mint leaves. And then I'm going to go ahead and just arrange everything till how I like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and hold the boat up while I cure the entire thing with our UV light. After I'm done curing it, our Moana smoothie bowl is all done. I really like how this turned out. So super cute. I love the little decorations for this bowl. Next, I'm going to work on making the Mickey Mouse Parfait. For this item, we were given a bottle of red jelly, which I'm going to go ahead and put the nozzle on. And then we're going to put that red jelly into our super cute Mickey Mouse dessert cup. After filling up our dessert dish with the red jelly, I'm just poking any bubbles I see with a toothpick, and then we're going to go ahead and set that with our cute Mickey Mouse UV light. We were given a tube of this white ice cream glue, and I'm taking off the cover and putting on the nozzle. This stuff is like the air dry clay that we got in the Miniverse from Scratch series. So we're just going to go ahead and go around the top of the cup and make a cute little swirl. While that whipped cream sets up, we're going to work on decorating our little donut, and it comes in this super cute little box. We are also given some biscuits, or as we say here, cookies. They do look like just Oreo cookies. They said to do the next steps on the wrapper that the cookies or the biscuits came in, but I didn't feel like that was enough room. So I went ahead and took an old tray from a Miniverse item and then placed the cookies down and put some of that chocolate syrup on there and then placed the donut on those cookies so we can make the little Minnie mouse head. After I was done curing it, it was quite messy, so I tried to take the scissors and snip off some of that excess. But after that, we're going to go ahead and drizzle more of that chocolate sauce on the cookies and on the donut. In the picture, it has a cute little drizzle on there, but mine just turned into blobs of syrup. But in the end, I think it turned out okay. So I tried to fix it. It didn't work. Honestly, this part was kind of frustrating to me, but yeah, like I said, in the end, it turned out okay looking. Next, we're going to place in our donut into our whipped cream. And then we're going to go ahead and drizzle everything with some more of that chocolate sauce. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and set everything. And just like with MiniBrands resin, I feel like having more than one layer makes the sauce look darker and more like chocolate. So I'm going to go ahead and put another layer on that chocolate sauce. Before setting everything, we're given this packet of sprinkles, which I'm going to put on top of the Parfait. And I'm going to go ahead and use our cute little Mickey spoon to sprinkle those sprinkles on. We are also given these 2 egg roll biscuits, which I'm going to stick into the side. And once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and set everything. And here is how our Mickey Parfait turned out. Making that Mickey donut head was a pain. So not my best work, but in the end, I still think it turned out cute. Next, we're going to go ahead and make the stitch sorbet. I think this is one of the easiest items I made, but we're given a little dessert cup for it and a package of blueberries. I'm basically putting almost all the blueberries in the cup, and then we're taking our fruit tea and filling up the cup and covering up the blueberries. The blueberry fruit tea didn't get all the way to the bottom of the cup, so I'm going to go ahead and take a toothpick to get all of that down to the very bottom. And then after that, we're going to take our stitch UV light and then set the whole thing. We're given this tube of blueberry sorbet, and after putting on the nozzle, we're going to go ahead and swirl that on top of our set blueberry fruit tea. I think it looks really good like that. Then we're going to take more of that fruit tea and drizzle it on top of our sorbet. And then we're going to go ahead and decorate it. We were given some fondant icing pearls, which I went ahead and just used my fingers to place them on the sorbet. We were also given a packet of fondant icing decorations. Here we got a little hibiscus, and then we were given the ears, which I'm going to go ahead and place in the little cup. The fruit tea that we drizzled on the sorbet will help the ears to stay in place once we set it. And this is how our stitch sorbet turned out. I think this one turned out super cute, and this one was really easy to make. The little stitch utensil we were given made it even cuter. The next item we're going to be making is the Minnie Mouse Pancake. They gave us this really cute plate, and in the first step it says to do the work on the plate, but I want to be able to keep the plate, so I decided to skip that step. But we were given this bottle of chocolate sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and put the nozzle on there. We're going to go ahead and take our pancake out of the cute little mini pancake box. And here is how it looks. So, so cute. So we're going to go ahead and put that chocolate sauce in that portion that I pointed to right there. And we're just going to put some in and then take a toothpick to go ahead and spread it out. Once we're done spraying it out, we're going to take our mini UV light and set it. We're given this tube of pink frosting, which we're going to use to decorate the bow and the bottom of the pancake. And I found it easier to go from outside in when doing the bow. I didn't like how that last part of the bow turned out, so I'm just swiping it away with a toothpick and then redoing it. Then I'm going ahead and doing the middle portion of the bow, and this is how the bow turned out. Doing the bottom portion of the pancake was really frustrating. It wasn't piping out how I wanted. So I attempted to do it a couple times and then gave up on making those little swirls. So I just wiped everything away and then added more on. And I still didn't like it. So I just went ahead and just swirled it with a toothpick. Next, we're going to take our white sprinkles and put some onto the bow. There was a lot of static in that container, so that was a little bit difficult. Then we're going to go ahead and take our white chocolate chips. I'm trying to use the tongs, but these are useless. So again, I just use my fingers and then place them on the bottom portion of the pancake. After letting our pink frosting set up for about 20 minutes, it's all set up and we can go ahead and plate it. I'm just placing it on the plate. We're also given a package of halved strawberries and some blueberries, and I'm placing those on the plate. And our mini mouse pancakes are all done. Aside from the troubles I had with the frosting, I think this turned out really, really cute. And since I didn't adhere it to the plate, we can also display it in our pancake box. Next, we're going to be working on our Monsters Inc. donuts, and this item took the most time to make because we were making 3 separate donuts. But here is our cute little donut box. We're going to start off by making the Sully donut, and I'm just going to go ahead and empty out all the decorations that we got, which were the mini croissants and the fondant pieces, onto our serving plate. But for this donut, we're going to go ahead and use the blue glaze, and we're just going to go ahead and put some at the top of our chocolate donut. And then I'm going to take a toothpick and just spread that around. After setting that first layer of glaze, I'm going to go ahead and put another layer on. I find with this resin, a couple layers, maybe 3 layers, is the best to get the color of blue that looks better. Before setting it, I'm going to go ahead and place a little purple fondant dots on the donut. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the little croissant horns on there. And then I'm going to set that as well. The blue wasn't as dark as I wanted, so this is the 3rd layer that I'm putting on, and then the color is just right for me. So once I'm done spreading it, I'm going to go ahead and set the whole thing. Next, we're going to be working on the Boo donut, and this donut is super teeny tiny. So we're going to do the same thing with the first donut. This time we have chocolate glaze. So we're going to go ahead and put some on the top half, spread it with a toothpick, and then set it. Next, we're going to work on attaching her little pigtails. So I just put a little bit more of the chocolate syrup, and then I'm just holding on her little pigtail as I set it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with the other pigtail as well. I did put another layer of chocolate syrup just to make the glaze less translucent, but here it is. And finally, we're going to work on the Mike donut, and we were given some of the white frosting to decorate this. And we're just going to put a little swirl in the center and then add on a little brown fondant dot for his eye. I'm just moving it around with a toothpick. And then this is the hardest part, making the horns. I did these several times. I put it on, took it off, put it on, took it off, until I got something that was kind of decent. I thought this would be the easiest donut, but actually making those horns were kind of difficult. After letting the mic donut air dry, all of our donuts are ready to plate up. Although this dish was very time consuming, in the end, just seeing the full plate of donuts was worth it. They are too cute. The last item we're going to be making is the frozen soft serve. For this item, we were given this cute icicle cone stand. We were also given this pretty blue waffle cone. And we're going to go ahead and place our waffle cone into this little wrapper. Honestly, you could do this step last. But we're given a tube of some vanilla soft serve. And we're just going to go ahead and pipe it into the cone. And once we get closer to the top, we're going to go ahead and swirl it up. We were given this packet of these ice sugar crystals, which we're going to go ahead and put on the bottom portion of the soft serve. I found it easier just to use my fingers as opposed to shaking them out of the bag. Then I'm just taking a toothpick just to move them around to where I want them. We were also given this packet which contains a little snowflake, which we're going to place on our soft serve, and a super pretty little crown. I think this is so cute. They gave us this cute frozen spoon, and we could put it in the soft serve if we wanted, but after letting it sit for 20 minutes, this is how it turned out. So pretty and really easy to put together. Here are the 6 items I made from the new MiniBrands Disney snacks. I think they turned out cute, although some of them were much more difficult to make than others, especially the ones that had the air dry clay where we have to make smaller details using the little decorative nozzle. Those were pretty hard to do. But other than that, I really enjoyed making all of these. Leave in the comments down below what characters you would like them to include in a future series if they do continue this series. Other than that, I'm still going to be on the lookout for the Ariel bubble tea, the Cheshire Cat hot dog, and I wouldn't mind getting the Rare Princess cake, but I'm okay not getting that item. Thank you to the viewer that left me a comment on my unboxing video for the weights to the items that I'm missing. That's going to be really helpful. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to any Miniverse series that are supposed to come out. I don't really collect MiniBrands, but there is supposed to be a MiniBrands Fill-A-Fridge series, which it has a fridge, and then the corresponding balls have items which you can use to fill your little mini fridge. So I think that's really fun. Do you want to say hi?
Hi,
What's your name?
Max.
Who's your favorite Disney character?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan?
Yeah.
My 4-year-old nephew came to visit and he was interested in what I was doing and wanted to record something. But thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.